business applications, you've covered banking. So if you have not had that course, we're going to cover it right here. It's not a lot of detail, but we do have to do certain things when we're dealing with checks. And we write checks, endorsing them properly, preparing our bank deposits, maintaining the checkbook balance, being sure that our when we fill out a check. All right. Some companies have the kind of checks that are like this, and they're in a book, and there's like 3 or 4 in a loose leaf. Yeah. You're what now? Business, you got the big. Yeah, they'll have them like this. Yes. And then you carry your balances down and subtract or add deposits, and be sure your check is made out properly, meaning the check is a legal, negotiable instrument. You sign your name on it, right? You're legally responsible. Can't go around writing checks that don't have money in the bank, and people get in trouble, go to jail for that.
Ms. Langston.
Yes.
I went to an auction Saturday, and it said, we accept cash and good checks only.
Okay, mine's good. Mine's good. Take mine. I know, like, okay. If it's bad, okay. Well, I won't give it to you then if it's bad. How funny. Yeah? Yeah, it does depend on who you know.
I can go anywhere, I guarantee you, between Batesville and Springfield, Missouri.
My kids
I can think of it. If not a name alone.
Right. The bank covers you. Yeah. And if you need them to.
Just so you know.
It is who you know and if they know you. Exactly. Now, okay, so let's look at this. It is a legally binding, instrument. Let's take a look at it. First thing we want to do, and this is something we probably neglect to do, sometimes anybody ever written a check and then go back and go, you forgot to write it in your register, and you go, oh my God. How much was that check?
Fix that. Fix that.
Right
here. That's what I like right here.
A duplicate check will fix that.
That's what I like about internet banking.
Me too. And that's why I do my money.
You know how I've called Langston.
I write 1 check a month for the rent. That's it.
Do you? Well, it's pretty wise. I tell you.
I write about 3 a week.
My husband writes checks for everything. I do all my bill paying on the internet. And you've got proof. It shows when they sent it. It shows how much they sent. They can't deny it. Check can't be lost in the mail or somebody else get it.
I found a lot of mistakes just by messing with my ATM card when I used it.
Yep.
I have found $80 one month that they overcharged me at gas stations.
Really? Well, see, you've got that record.
As long as you keep your receipts.
Keep it.
I have a box of receipts. I keep all my receipts.
So you can check. Yeah, well, that's good.
I've called the bank on it before, and they're like, well, and then,
Got to take. It's true. If you've got your receipt. Boy, I tell you, it's a good thing to watch the banks too.
Watch your ATM card.
And watch that ATM card. And this is one thing we talk about in the math class. That, your ATM cards may not have this little symbol on it, but a lot of your credit cards do. And it's a wireless symbol. And if you have that symbol on your credit card, you might want to drag it out and look.
What's it look like?
Then somebody can walk by you with a device and scan that number just out of your pocket.
Really? What's that little jewel look like?
It looks like a little magnet. It looks like a wireless internet Wi-Fi when it shows up the little 3 little half circle type things in like a broadcast. If that's on there,
what kind of card is it?
any kind of card, any kind of credit card,
Where's it at? Front, back?
it should be.
Well, that's why they advertise on TV, those
You can find it, show.
put your cards in because they can't
No,
scan
no,
over that.
you can fix
No,
that.
I'll show you. Well, you can get one of those little lead.
I can do a minute. I don't think
I'll show you. Let me show you what it looks like. So you want to look at your. Somebody was in the class one day and they found one on theirs. It looks like this. Let me see. Let me put up a thing where I can show you. It's really interesting because anybody got one with that on it? Yeah, yours in the car. Well, let me here. Let me do it like this. Let's hang on. Current slide. Let me do it like this. I'll draw it over here on Elmo because that's quick. Well, yeah, they don't. You can just walk past somebody and oops. Okay, it looks like this. Well, I'm not a very good drawer. Okay.
The first one did.
Or a sad pumpkin. Kind of looks like that.
Oh, it's just like
You know that little, like if it's showing Wi-Fi somewhere. Yeah. Anyway,
You know that-
that's on there. Huh?
They're offering these little credit card cases now you can buy that are aluminum that they can't scan through to carry
Right.
cards.
Right. Because now if you've ever watched even on TV, they're advertising this as an option. You don't have to slide your card. You just walk up and, well, that's what it is. It's one of those that's got that. You just walk up and put it in front of this thing and it moves. But people have already, of course, figured that out. So they've got a thing where they go along and can reach your
Yeah,
card.
you gotta watch where you slide your card. Because sometimes they put a tapper on there so they get everybody's numbers. And they take it off, can't you tell them? They can put it on
Oh, no, I tell you, if you create something, they're going to create something, do something with it, I'm telling you. Okay. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that in. But when you're writing your, like I said, if you're doing duplicate checks, help remember. But be sure you always write in your amount, who it's to, how much, actually what it's for, and then write your check. You know, do your register entry first, and then write your check. Okay, so, and write deposits, and be sure to record your TM takeouts, you know. That's when it's easy.
I don't do anything online, so I don't have to put anything online, but I get charged $2 to do it.
For your,
you do it on nothing.
I know, but they charge $2.
tell them don't send it to you. Say, don't you send me?
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, tell them you're going to do it on, yeah.
They kept being $2 off. I'm like,
What are y'all doing? That's a little trick. Watch your statements, y'all. No kidding. Watch your statements. Do your reconciliation.
I sat down, I focused, bring up
Yes.
my receipts.
Yes. Do your reconciliations. You need to, and be sure your balances are carried forward to the next check. Be sure you endorse the back of your checks. Full endorsement is just pay the order of, and you sign it. However, and this person has paid it to the order of, and they went ahead and put their bank name on there. They're saying, I'm taking this to my bank and paying it to my bank. Right? And they put their account number, which is okay. Then they endorsed it. We're maxed out sporting goods, so then we endorsed it and put our account number. You can do it that way. I don't ever do that. But I do, and I don't have my bank name on there every time, but when I sign my name, I put for deposit only. That restricts what anybody can that check. So if you write for deposit only, and then put your bank account number, and then probably at that point it's a good idea to put your bank on.
Would it be the same thing if you just sign your name and then put your bank number? Or
Not really, because this is a blank endorsement. Got that, it has no restrictions on it. So if somebody found this check, or you dropped it, then they can go cash it. It becomes same as cash unless there is a restriction on it. So the only one that's restricted, actually, is this one that says, pay the order of my bank for deposit only. Okay. So, you want to be sure, unless you wait till you get to the bank to sign it, then you, but even then, I put for deposit only on all of mine that are going to my bank. And usually write my account number right there. Just for protection. Sometimes, okay, when you get you're going to be able to tell us about this, aren't you? When you get your statement, some of you are already doing this, looking for arithmetic errors, right? Maybe one of your deposits is not showing up on there that should be. They charged something on your account that was for somebody else. They may be arithmetic errors, right?
You know what the common error is with the debit card? They scan it,
Yep.
kind of get worse.
Oh,
And they
oh.
charge you twice.
Debit card story. Yeah. My husband went to have a brake job done. The brake job was $90. The guy he was gonna use his card. The guy had some that disease where they shake, whatever it is. He keyed in $990, and it went through. Found it immediately, but do you know that he could not get it off of there immediately? They'll take it like this. They'll take it like this, and it ties up your account. Okay, it limits that amount of money. It's tied up. You cannot use it till they get it straightened out. And it took. Oh, he was like. Oh, he was, because he wasn't he ever. Anyway. It's a lot of money now. I mean, that's just, and it just happens. My account wouldn't have went through for that amount. Sorry. But he had some money there from a job that he was doing to go buy supplies for. So, it's like, that can happen. And what if the guy hadn't have caught it? The guy just happened to, when he handed it to him to sign, or to look at it. But on most debit cards, they don't ask you to sign anything. You put in your code unless you. So anyway, that was a scary situation there for a little while.
I think at a gas station, you
Right.
$5 or $10 worth of gas, it still holds 25.
It sure does.
Hold 100.
It can hold up to 100.
One
So,
thing I do
so you know.
about Millers is with the cards, which some people get aggravated because it's like, how many questions these are going to ask you? But it's that says, gee, is this amount okay? And
Right. And you say yes, and you're looking at it, and that's a good thing. That is a good thing for you. So, but when you do your reconciliation, remember, you might have made mistakes in your checkbook too, right?
That's true.
And so, we look at
I've known them to put it in the wrong account.
in the wrong account. So what you do when you do your reconciliation is you get that statement in, you get your checkbook, and in a business, we're going to look at our check register, our check payments, cash register, cash payments. We're going to look at our reconciliation. We're going to check off each thing to be sure it matches right and find any errors. And then if we do find errors, you still got to report those. So be sure you look at your bank statements.
Why is it that banks expect us to be so forgiving when they mess up, but they're not very forgiving when we mess up?
I know. I know.
Because they're just like the rest of us. They're out there to make money.
Yep. But that's true. Absolutely true. Yep. So, errors made by the business, arithmetic, again, not recording a check. We might have missed the check writing in our book, and our balance shows wrong. Wrote the wrong amount, think you got more than you do. Forgot to write the ATM. So, got to please check.
I tell you what you
check
can
them.
do. It'll straighten you up real quick if you have a debit card and a checkbook. Forget to put your debit card transactions.
That's exactly it. That's the thing that I forget to do.
You can get screwed up.
You forget to write it in there, and then you haven't subtracted it.
5 days before it comes through.
Yeah.
And then you're yours. So, okay. So what we're going to do is when we get it, we're going to look at. The bank might not show everything because all the checks that we've written might not have come through. You might have some deposits that hadn't made it in when they sent your statement. There may be service charges, right? You may have deposits that they collected for you. Sometimes businesses collect loan amounts and they put it in your account. Automatic payments on the other side would be things you had automatically taken out, right? Okay, so when we look at it, we're going to compare our bank statement balance, make the adjustments that we found for the bank side. Then we're going to look at our book. That book means checkbook. Our checkbook side, our cash account, make our adjustments that we found, the things that we didn't record, mistakes we made, and then be sure that the two match after we adjust them both for things that could be missing or for mistakes. All right, then if you find things on there that need to be corrected, you're going to have to. I'm not going through all this. I'm going to let you look in your book on how this is filled out. It's just comparing the two. All right, here we go. You adjust your book balance.